This episode is brought to you by Elevate OS, the only all-in-one community operating system. Elevate OS transforms property management, combining resident engagement, reservations, rent payments, maintenance, and concierge services into a single super app. It also uniquely integrates access control, intercoms, package lockers, and thermostats, eliminating app fatigue and redefining modern apartment living. Visit elevateos.com/MMN for a free demo and see how they can help you level up your operations. Welcome to another episode of the Multifamily Collective. Let's talk about home prices falling off as of late. I was reading something over at John Burns. Love John Burns and his research and consulting firm. He puts out a newsletter. If you don't subscribe to it, I highly recommend subscribing to it. It's great information, well-timed. They're deeply ensconced in the world of real estate. So put something out yesterday, I believe. They were talking about how new home construction is actually exceeding job creation, which, as we all know, leads to household formation, or is a predicate for household formation. And it's interesting that home builders are now reducing pricing and or offering incentives on the buy side to get more inventory moved. And the weakness is really presenting itself rather in the Southeast, in the Southwest, and on the West Coast. And then there are some middle markets that are experiencing the same thing. So what's interesting to me is if you tie this to the multifamily industry and you start to see this compression in new home sales, or sort of this incentive structure being created in the for sale market. And if you couple that up with a rate cut in the coming 2 months, plus minus, you could see a bunch of inventory in the marketplace that starts to look attractive to first-time home buyers or people that are getting out of one home and getting into another, or potentially investors making their way back into the single-family home rental space, be it small-time investors and or institutional investors that see it as a buying opportunity again. Maybe a rate cut doesn't do it, but a rate cut with discounts on new construction. I'm sitting in a house right now, brand new construction, first-time resident or first-time occupant in this home, and it was bought right out of a new construction development by a major single-family home property management company here. I think they're based here in Atlanta. So this is just a predicate for that, or an example of that, rather. So if you start to see incentives, start to see the price reduction, you get a rate cut. My punchline is, do you start to see in the fall some people giving notice to vacate in the apartment industry that now have the opportunity to go in and buy a home and potentially get settled in before the holidays? So I'm interested. I'm going to watch that, certainly in our data. And we have a small footprint in the Southeast, but I think there are a couple of assets that could be a tell for this, at least on a local level, very hyper local level. But I'll be interested to see what it does more broadly speaking across the country, especially in these markets that are going to see this catalyst, what I believe to be a catalyst. That's it. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.